Hey everybody, this is Petey from the Spinner Rack. We also have
Calvin Ellis, ready to rock.
today we have a countdown trailer for the Odyssey, and if anyone's asking, we are going to be reviewing Troy in the next coming weeks. So that was requested, so we're going to do it. But here we go. This might be the last Odyssey trailer, but let's see where it goes. Ready, set, we're rolling. Some language that question. So not exactly much different, but we do get to see. Uh,
We get to see Argus.
see here, here, a couple new shots. So what do you say, sir?
This movie's in a lot of trouble.
Why say that? Why do you say
They
that?
come, they're coming after it, man.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know why. Why couldn't you just make? No, they're coming after it. Between, I don't know who she's playing. I really don't. But if she's playing Achilles, they're coming after it. If it's some they're coming after it. You got Helen of Zimbabwe over there. They're coming after it. And then the title, Defy the Gods. I really want to see how this works into the story because the reason why Odysseus has all these problems is because he chose to defy the gods. That's as the Trojan War ends after 10 years. The Achaeans are victorious. And you would think they go home, they have their spoils, they're going to raid along the way, no problem. These guys commit crimes against the gods. They go into the temples, they ravage women, they take the spoils, and the gods are like, "What are you doing? The only reason why you won this war is because of us." So you see all of these things that happen to them on the way back because of their impiety. So now I'm hoping that this actually deals with it because the only reason why Odysseus struggles as much as he does to get home is because of the affronts that he commits against the gods. Had he not done that, he would have been okay. His arrogance is his undoing, especially before the gods. So when I see something like Defy the Gods, I'm really like, hey, because especially the way that they want to do with stuff now. That what's the line that they love to use movies? We make our own destiny. Not in this movie. not in this movie. Not with the classic gods. They're like, yeah, yeah, we'll tell you what your destiny is. We'll make certain that you absolutely know. So I need to see how that's going. I need to see how that's going to play out. The I don't know. I mean, this I'm not really seeing anything new here. At the very least, Argus is still a dog. Is still a dog, and it's not a dude saying that he identifies as a dog. Like a furry or something. So at least Argus is still a dog at the end of the day. Uh, but yeah, this movie's in. I mean, this movie's in trouble. It's gonna have to hit because you have a not just a vocal but you also have an actionable group out there that doesn't want to see these particular things changed strictly for socio-political reasons. They they may not even care about the Odyssey per se, but they don't want to see it come over here and be changed in this particular manner. So they have to start navigating that a lot more carefully. And did you read Lupita Nyong'o's interview regarding the Odyssey?
What did she say? I saw a headline for it. What
You
was
know,
it?
she went to Yale, right?
Mhm.
She went to Yale. She said she never read the Odyssey. She doesn't know what it is.
I don't know about that. That would be that would be you
Go
can
ahead, say it. That
you
would
can
be.
that would be ridiculous. You can't in any sort of in even in I don't know. It doesn't make any sense, and I don't know why someone told her to say this, but
She said a couple things are gonna come back to bite her in the ass. She said that didn't read the Odyssey. Like, you went to Yale and you didn't read the Odyssey. I'm pretty certain that was required reading. You must have taken a course in classics. I don't see why you could go to Yale and that didn't happen. Okay. But then she's, I think she's pretty much summarizing like, you know what, it's just a myth. It's just a story, no big deal. They're already putting it out there. If you go back and look at her interview for Black Panther,
Mhm.
Wakanda, well, she was like, "Oh no, this has to be taken seriously, and we got to treat it with reverence, respect." I'm like, Wakanda's a fiction. Wakanda is a fictional African country. You can say the same thing about the Iliad, but then it becomes the Odyssey. But then it becomes, well, why do you have to give this regard to one and not the other? So they keep making this. She should have never been cast to hell in the Troy. It should have never happened. Now you got a movie over here that it's going to sink or swim based not on the quality necessarily of the movie, but the choices, the socio-political choices that they decided to make regarding it. And it's not like you couldn't have had somebody black in the movie. The audience will be tolerant of that. They'll be respectful of that. Like, okay, we understand, why these reasons are done. But Helen of Troy, and you don't have it, and I think you only have like one Greek in the movie. Yeah. And the internet is out now where you didn't have it in the 90s. So where somebody gives an interview for Black Panther, I may have to dig around for that. I'll do an article, nobody reads about it. But now it's no big deal to go find the article, cut that article, put up the words that she's saying now and show her for being a hypocrite. So yeah, this movie's in trouble.
I would say I think with the cast, even if um, I think twofold, right? I think with the cast, it's a good chance of being a big movie, like your average Christopher Nolan movie, and sad to say, without using however they interpret the gods in this, as we've seen in the past, at times they don't always bring in the gods, and or even
The
like
gods are there. The gods are there.
what I'm saying, like how they're going to do it. Are they just going to be in dreams?
No.
Be like this?
Every
That's
time you see every when you see who is this now? Zendaya, she's playing Athena. She's right there talking with Odysseus. She's they got contact.
I'm
It's not a
saying to you, I
dream.
hear. I'm saying here. Like, see him waking
Mhm.
up here. This is what I'm saying. I'm not saying
Yeah, that's gonna be that's
he.
straight from the Odyssey. That's gonna be actual. That's not gonna be a dream sequence. And then you already see him with the other goddess who's Circe,
Mhm.
who's that Charlize Theron. She's
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
Circe. Circe kept him as her lover for like 7 years. That's not gonna be a dream sequence.
I'm saying. Well, I'm just saying, with seeing this portion and seeing him, and well, I guess if he's the only one that talks to the gods in this, then fine. But I'm always worried that we're gonna extract, like I always go like the first night, we can extract any of the elements that are fantastical from it as much as we can to kind of say how does this relate to the real world? Is he having this thing that's his relationship with the gods, or is it the entire um, all of the cast interactions? That's the only thing I'm wondering about. But either or, the point of I was also ultimately trying to say is that I think there's a big chance of it being successful with these things, and but at the same time, I don't think people will be like, I guess, like a Tom Cruise in the Interview with a Vampire. They won't be people defending it. It'll just be like it was good except for this. It was
Eh,
good except for this. It's good except for Lupita. But the hard part is that if you have a negative thing going on in your story, and or someone was saying there's a person they don't like in the story, this happens. So at the same time, whether it be color or in some case gender, I don't think that I think you can't always be defensive and be like, well, that's because these people don't like XYZ. It's like, hey, it could be that, but at the same time, people don't like certain people in movies and say it's bad acting, when a lot of times it's bad direction. But people are like, oh, that person was terrible. But the director still, cut on it. But we pick out someone we say is bad, and they stay bad in the story. This person ruined the movie or something like that. So, but I think
you
that
got you got okay. from the Odyssey, the only character who interacts directly with the gods is Odysseus. So there's no reason for a dream sequence. He's the only character within the book who directly interacts with the guy. Not him and Telemachus. That's it. Those are the only two. And the direct action with Telemachus is only Athena. Odysseus interacts with four different gods, including Poseidon. So there's no reason for him to have dream sequences. If they want to do it, they fine. But he's the only one who really interacts outside of Telemachus. None of his men do. They do interact with the mythical creatures like the Cyclops, the Lotus Eaters, so you can get to see, how they'll go with that. But the other stuff, I think you're just being really kind to these guys. Or I understand if you want to take a wait and see, attitude, because we got 12 days before this is, actually on screen. But it's pretty obvious at least for me, I'm looking at this right now. It's pretty obvious what they're going to show, uh, where they're directing it, and it's Christopher Nolan is a great director. I've enjoyed most of the stuff I've seen from him. Actually, I think I've enjoyed everything I've seen from him at the end of the day. So it's going to be less about, for me, it's going to be less about acting. It's going to be less about directing, and it's going to be all about the story choices that you decided to take in a milieu that is rejecting these type of story ideas. That for me is the bigger thing. It's like you guys like keep serving this stuff up, and it keeps being rejected. And what do you need? Do you need Supergirl numbers for you to realize, okay, maybe we just tell the Odyssey? We try to do as much of an update we can based on the technology and the understanding of the story. I heard even the translation that he worked with is the only translation I know that's like a socio-political translation. So that for me is the bigger thing. I don't believe this will be a poorly directed film. I don't believe this will be a poorly acted film. This is a film that's going to live and die based on whatever socio-political choices were made by Nolan in terms of bringing this to life. That will be it. And when I see the trailer, you see what they're going for. You see what they're going for. If you're talking, you're muted, man.
Um, hey, so I
Yeah, I
think
can hear you now.
this film, I think with the cast having Matt Damon, I don't think it's going to be like what's it, the Great Wall of China movie. I think that it's going to be a Chris Nolan movie. It's going to be big, and I think there'll be reservations with it. So I think there's still a big chance for it to be humongous, get 2 billion, like his other things. How does this act come up?
Well, we'll see. I already took one W this summer. We'll see if it's two.
Yeah, hold on. The gods have spoken.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
My lights out. Anyway, let's get out of here while we got a chance, and I'll fix this technical issue. Ready? Spin a rack.
The gods have turned the lights out.
Should have said it's not a dream sequence. I'm sorry, gods. Anyway, spin a rack.
We're out.